Okay, so have you ever bought a piece of gear that you really liked and you're perfectly happy with it, but then you read a comment that somebody had a different experience with that piece of gear, and all of the negative things that they're saying about that piece of gear are now going into your head, and you're thinking, wow, this piece of gear that I used to like could be a lot better. Maybe I need to be looking for a different piece of gear, even though you were perfectly happy with it before you read that comment?
Has that ever happened to you?
Well, that happened to me, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So not too long ago, I bought this. This is the half cage from Tilta for the S5II and S5IIX, and I posted a video here on this channel on it. I'll put that right there. And I liked it. I liked that it was a half cage. I liked that it, protected the camera. I did have a tripod malfunction with this cage on, and it protected my camera. It didn't break my S5IIX. And the thing that people were complaining about is that it doesn't have a NATO rail on the top, so you have to add your own NATO rail, which I'll admit that is kind of sucky. And that you have to use two different tools to adjust any part on this cage. So this little piece here that grabs the strap, that uses a certain type of Allen key. It's the same Allen key that you'll actually need to put the HDMI cable clamp on, but to adjust the actual tripod screw, you need a flathead, which it does come with a little flathead tool, but you have to have a separate tool with you if you want to take this on and off, which is kind of annoying. And I've also found that this HDMI clamp doesn't actually clamp my HDMI cable very securely. It just kind of keeps it in place. It doesn't actually bite it. And so I actually had to add some Velcro right here just to, make it a little bit more snug. Something else that was a problem with this cage that I didn't even realize was this part here that covers the battery door. Even though that's nice, it means that you can't put this cage into an Arca Swiss mount from the grip side. You have to put it in from the cable side, and if you have a bunch of like HDMI cables and stuff like that plugged in to your port side, it can be really hard to actually slide in this Arca Swiss to a quick release plate. So that was just another design flaw that I found that I didn't see a lot of other people talking about. But all in all, I like this cage, but I feel like if Tilta could have just put a NATO rail on top and just made everything only use one tool so you didn't have to bring multiple tools with you, I think it could have been great. But that leads me to another cage that I bought for even cheaper. I think this was like 40 bucks. I bought a new cage for $30, and it's actually from Neewer. So this is my new cage for the S5IIX. Leave it to Neewer to make basically the perfect cage for this camera. This is a half cage, which I love. It grabs the camera in two places. So on the tripod mount here on the bottom, and then again, it grabs it on this little strap mount here. So it's a very secure cage. It basically fixes everything that I and apparently a lot of other people were having problems with the Tilta Cage. This cage actually has a NATO rail on the top, which means it gets my handle closer to the actual camera, so it's not as tall, which I like. It comes with an HDMI clamp that will actually clamp the HDMI cable. And as you'll notice on the bottom, it comes with a little tool that you can adjust everything on this cage with. So the bottom of the tool is a little tiny Allen key, which you can take on and off the strap mount. And on the bigger side is just a flathead where you can actually take the tripod screw out. So it's great, and it just tucks away here with magnets. But yeah, I feel like this cage makes my camera feel even smaller, which I love. I like when my cameras don't feel huge. The grip is completely empty. There is no battery compartment spot here, so you can get this Arca Swiss in on the grip side or the port side, which I like. And even though this Tilta one did provide a little bit more room for my pinky, I feel like just having a naked camera on the right side is honestly what I would prefer. So yeah, this is the new half cage that I'm using for my S5IIX. Keeps my whole rig nice and small. I keep going back and forth on whether or not I want to switch back to Micro Four Thirds, but with how small I've been able to get my rig, I feel like I can stick with full frame and not really feel the pain of having such a huge camera rig around with me. So anyways, just wanted to share that with you. This is a new cage that I have for my S5IIX by Neewer. Costs 30 bucks, and I love it. Anyways, stay tuned for more videos, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.